Hi, I'm Darcy Donahue here with Michele Rogers for Women's Business Chat. And today I'm interviewing Michele because I think she's an amazing businesswoman and she has a great business, and I want to help empower other women and inspire other women, so I thought I would have Michele and her daughter Chella on today to interview. Welcome, Michele.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Well, Michele is a personal trainer, and she has an amazing business, personal training business, and I've worked with Michele. She's trained me, and she's taught me a lot about what it means to take care of yourself, both physically and emotionally. And so I just wanted to ask Michele a few questions today, because maybe it'll help spark some things in some other women out there who have their own businesses or are perhaps looking to get into business, or maybe a woman out there who needs a personal trainer, right? Or
it happens.
It happens.
For crazier things.
Yeah. So Michele, why don't you share with us a little bit about your background, like your professional background? What got you into personal training?
For me, I thought I was going to be in the world of psychology. I got my bachelor's in psychology, my master's in psychology, and that was just where I was going with that. My master's is in health psychology, however, and for me, I wanted to really make a career out of helping people be healthier. And I thought that I would do that in a more global sense, and community outreach and health initiatives and that kind of thing. The thing is, after I got my degree, there were no jobs here in Philadelphia in that world. There are more now, but at that time, I won't say how many years ago, there wasn't a lot going on. So I had actually always been into fitness from when I was very, very young. I think I started working out with weights when I was around 12 years old, and my first gym membership was when I was 16, and I did all the muscle and fitness magazine things, and it was just something that I did, you know, and it was part of my life, and it always was. And I got a personal training certification just as something to do while I couldn't find a job. And I happened to just get one wonderful client who is still very near and dear to my heart and a very close person to me. And I trained him for 2 years before I decided I can go this route permanently. And I had at that time already had a job working in actually cancer research, and I decided that I was going to quit that job and just go for personal training full time. And I never made a better decision. I took a big risk, quit the nice job with the paycheck and the benefits, and I worked part-time until I built up a client list. And I did.
Yeah.
Wow, that looks back.
That's amazing. So one of the things I wanted to ask you about too is this one client, this first client that you had that believed in you.
Yes.
Like, tell me a little bit about that. How incredible is that to get that one client who says, Michele, tell me a little bit about what that experience, did your client start seeing results right away? What was it that kept your client coming back to you?
That first client found me online, and it was, to me, something that I will still say is fated to this day to have set me on this path, but also to bring us together as friends and as somebody I ultimately look up to as a father figure. I came to his house twice a week for several years, and then up until I moved into Philadelphia. So we trained together for 10 years, and we're still very good friends. And for him, he really, I think that we just connected on first a personal level, and he was somebody who was always, you know, trying to be fit and just needed that extra guidance. He was a very, you know, thin and fit guy, he, you know, in his 50s, and he didn't need any major overhauls. He just needed guidance with some, you know, pain issues. He needed some form guidance. He was somebody that on his own would tend to probably hurt himself. I really helped him, you know, clean up his form and do things a little bit more efficiently.
Yeah. And so he really does have you to thank for his current state of health, which is probably that he's in shape and, right?
You might say that.
Did you recently run a race together or something? Or
actually, no, that's a different client.
So let's talk a little bit. Tell me one of the things that that I always think of you as, because you've helped me tremendously with my posture and sort of this unconscious competence around my posture and my frame wherever I am in this world, whether I'm sitting in my car or wherever. So your nickname is the muscle mechanic, right? So tell me about that. I understand. First, we'll start with what was the event, the significant event that caused you to become a muscle mechanic? Was there something in your past?
Yeah, I mean, I think going back before I could have been called that, I had, even before my personal training days, I was 18 years old, and was in fact rear-ended in a go-kart at a full stop. that basically sent me into a terrible, like my back was thrown out. And this was when I was 18. I couldn't stand up straight. So when I went and got checked out, it turned out that I had something called spondylolisthesis, which is a congenital condition. So you might not get hurt from it, but most people do. Just takes that good jostle, which is what I had, and that sent my fourth lumbar vertebra forward about a third of the way towards the front of my body.
Holy moly.
And it's not reversible. After I found out about my back injury, it took me several years, and my back going out almost every single year until I was incapacitated, laying out. For me, to meet somebody in the massage therapy world, corrective therapy, and he was extremely talented, still is. He taught me what was really going on to send this particular back condition into a tailspin all the time. And it had to do with my hips. For years I learned from physical therapy texts exactly how to fix those issues. Whereas before I was just kind of coasting along with the way my body was already working, functioning within its comfort zone,
right?
Yeah, in the pain, in the comfort zone, where when things are imbalanced, they tend to just stay, because going outside of that comfort zone is hard. It's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Even though you might eventually get out of the pain.
Yeah. The other thing that I wanted to ask you about, Michele, is what are some of the things that you do on a consistent basis every day to contribute to your overall health and wellness?
That's interesting that you asked me that, because I actually just have been working on a blog about the top 15 things that I do that make me the picture of health.
Cool.
As a new mom, I've been working on it for about 2 months now. But a lot of the things that I do, I feel like, are just like little habits in your day that can really contribute to your overall health, such as always being hydrated, eating organic, cooking your own meals.
Yes.
Making sure that movement is part of your day. Not getting sucked into the TV or your devices. I think this is a big problem for everybody today.
Oh my gosh, absolutely.
And just making sure that you have something to motivate you to do during your day that doesn't involve, sitting down, keeping the TV off, putting music on maybe to get stuff done. Keeping all of the junk food out of the house. I mean, when you go shopping, you've got to get the things that you know are healthy. I think that there are just little tricks that people need to be aware of. Drinking water first thing in the morning to make sure that you're balanced. Not just having your coffee before you eat. Eating breakfast. Like, I do believe most people benefit from that. Maybe not everybody. So, lots of little things like that.
Michele, I have to interrupt you really quick to tell you that you are the one who absolutely turned me on to eating eggs again for breakfast.
Oh, yay!
And also low glycemic sweet potatoes with eggs in the morning and a little bit of greens.
That's awesome.
Miraculous work with me in the morning in terms of, staying satiated and also, and making healthier choices, so I'm not like starving in the moment, grabbing anything.
Yeah, for me, having an omelet every single day for the longest time has been like just sort of my steadfast, like, this will get it done. But I always have my little dark chocolate square.
Do you add peanut butter to those dark chocolate squares?
I do not.
Okay.
I don't actually have any peanut butter. I've actually cut down on nuts quite a bit because I used to eat a lot of just nuts in general. And I had some like red sort of patches on my face. Really? I would just get really bright red at certain times, one here and one here, and I couldn't figure it out. And one day I just was testing my theory, and I figured out it was when I would eat nuts.
Wow. Wow.
So I think that I was just eating so many nuts, I was having some kind of weird reaction.
Interesting. Yeah.
Elimination diets are really, like, I think a handy, hard tool, but they often do point to some of the mysteries in your body that you can't figure out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's so brilliant, Michele, because it speaks to this idea again of, and we'll kind of talk about this and then we'll wrap up, this idea of doing the hard work that it takes to be able to get the results that you want to see.
Yes.
So part of that is, doing an elimination diet. I know I've cut wheat out and found that I felt lighter, I felt better. I cut the grains out. One of the ideas there is just to try and see. Do it for a few months. Do it for a month and see how you feel.
A week even. Jeez.
Oh, yeah, just try it for a week. We're not saying, make it the end all be all.
Right.
Just give it a try. Eliminate one at a time. And if you find that you feel better and you feel lighter, then, maybe
you're onto
something.
something.
You're onto something there, and your body's responding in a positive way.
Right. Yeah, I think that a lot of people get intimidated by this idea of exclusivity in diet. Like it's a scope. I think some people need to make more sacrifices than they do, and some people make more sacrifices than they need to.
Right,
So you just got to figure out where you really belong on that continuum and is it working for you.
And again, like part of the reason why we're doing this interview and why I think it's so important to have Michele on today is that she can also be that voice of reason that can help you through those processes.